Something.
Yo, I'm Bob. Into Marvel, happen to be totally blind since birth. It is February 15th of 2024, and we got a X-Men 97 trailer today. So I watched it on YouTube in my own way with no audio description. And since I have had Disney Plus since they released season 1 of The Mandalorian, I checked their website, and wouldn't you know it, they actually had a trailer with audio description. So I'm actually going to be listening to this thing with the description turned on. And I mean, it's not necessarily a reaction, but then again, it kind of is. I can't do split screen videos in which you see my face and the trailer and the screaming and the hand flailing and the, you know, what have you. That's not really how I react to stuff. Anyway, I think I tend to be a bit more analytical when I react. I am extremely excited about this show. I've been looking forward to this thing since 1997, watching the graduation day finale. Because if there was a promo for the finale, I didn't know about it. I thought it was just the season finale. I did not know the show was coming to an end. So I've been looking forward to more story from this incarnation of the X-Men since 1997, and I cannot wait to see what they're gonna put in there. I mean, I know some stuff because of what Hasbro has kind of released, and there have been little bits and bobs here and there. So I'm gonna grab the mic here, and let's see. Hit the play button.
The TV turns on.
Watch the series finale of X-Men next Saturday morning. Check your local listing.
It sounds like Harry Shearer.
Grateful to have the chance to say goodbye.
Of course, that's Xavier during the graduation day events.
Fate lies in our hands now.
And when she says now,
TV screen flickers, then words appear over the static. Marvel animation.
here we are in the present.
At night, rain falls on a city. In a dark alley, a pair hides from a searchlight.
We have to stay vigilant. The professor entrusted us with his
Man, I love Ray Chase as Cyclops.
Now protesters hold anti-mutant signs.
No matter how dark it is,
Alison Seeley Smith
Massive robotic arm.
we must believe.
as Storm. We got Sentinels.
A door opens, revealing the shadows of several figures. Now the X-Men flying the X-Jet.
Yeah.
We get this done by working together as a team. Jeez, Bob, keep buzzing in my ear.
Text appears. The X-Men return. The X-Jet soars above the clouds. On the ground, Storm conjures multiple lightning strikes.
As she should.
All new episodes. Elsewhere, hands touch a pregnant belly.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Giant sentinels rise out of rubble.
They're the
On
Sentinels.
rocky terrain, Gambit jumps onto Wolverine's back and biokinetically charges his claws.
Yeah.
Me, my X-Men.
The X-Men assemble behind Cyclops. A letter X flips backwards, then takes its place within the title. Marvel Animation, X-Men 97. In an office.
Magneto.
The last will and testament of Charles Xavier. Everything he built now belongs to me.
Oh my gosh. I got a bit teary-eyed during the audio description viewing of the trailer with audio description because, you know, I didn't have this back in the 90s. It's amazing watching it from, you know, that perspective. It's just as fun watching it with other fans to see what they notice. So I'm going to be looking forward to doing that as well. But I cannot believe we live in a day and age where that is going to be provided for the new episodes. I love the animated series from the 90s, and I'm doing episode reviews from that and all. But man, I don't even know what I'm in for with these descriptions. I noticed Jedediah Barton. He is doing the audio description narration for the trailer, so I'm guessing he'll be narrating the show. If you choose to have those tracks turned on, I'll be able to do stuff in the kitchen and other parts of the house. I won't need to look at the TV, but I am going to be parked in front of it, I think, when watching this for the first time. Because, I mean, you have to. You have to. There are going to be spoilers ahead, so if you don't want anything ruined for you, if you haven't done any research into the characters or anything, that is totally up to you. You were forewarned. Moving right along now. As I said, you were warned. So one thing I was glad that the audio description pointed out in the trailer was the pregnant woman. As I guess you could say, prior to the trailer, I did a lot of research on the comic book arcs over the years because, before 2021, nobody knew we were getting this. So I looked up who Cable was. Back when I watched Time Fugitives for the first time, there really was no internet. So I, couldn't go out and read the comic books. I didn't know who Cable was in relation to Cyclops and Madeline Pryor. And we do know she's going to be in 97. Hasbro's already revealed her action figure. And she comes with baby Nathan, who we all know, spoilers ahead, by the way. I gotta quit saying that. He grows up to be Cable. So it's going to be fun seeing this go down in the show. At least I'm sure we'll be seeing the baby sent into the future. I've always wanted to see, hopefully see anyway, in this show, Cyclops finding out that that his son is Cable. I don't know if he will or not. Probably not. I would think possibly that Jean might keep that to herself. I don't know how they're going to spin Madeline in this show because I would imagine Cyclops is still with Jean. I don't know if Madeline is going to replace Jean at some point, if Sinister is going to capture her. I don't know how they're going to spin this because it's done totally different in the comic books, and this is a different storyline. But I am looking forward to Mr. Sinister showing up in the first season. We do know that he's going to be playing a huge role in season 1. Christopher Britton's going to be back. I love what Ray Chase does as Cyclops. Because, of course, the late, great Norm Spencer is not able to do the role anymore. But listening to Ray as Cyclops, when I heard him this morning, for a second, I was like, wait, is that Norm Spencer? That can't be Norm. And I don't know if this makes sense or not, but auditorily, it sounds seamless to me. He is very, 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 very close to Norm Spencer's Cyclops. And I love that. He is doing his absolute best to be as faithful to this incarnation of the character as he can. And I think he's going to nail it. I loved hearing Alison Seeley Smith as Storm. You got Cal Dodd as Wolverine in the trailer. Other than that, I mean, not a lot of dialogue. I know David Hemlin is no longer able to do Magneto. He passed in 2020 or 2021, something like that. I think a bit earlier than that. So we have a new voice actor for Magneto. I think he did very well too. We're already greenlit for season 2, so if there is a massive cliffhanger at the end of the first season, at least we know we're getting a bit more of 97. I honestly don't know what they're going to do. I would love to see more of X Factor at some point in X-Men 97. I just got done rewatching Cold Comfort, in which they were introduced in the 90s animated series. I love this team and hope we get to see a bit more of them in X-Men 97. I hope to see more of Apocalypse, because in the episode The Fifth Horseman, he does make it back from the astral plane. He's possessed Fabian Cortez, so hopefully he's skulking around and kind of letting Mr. Sinister have his fun, whereas, he's kind of in the shadows, possibly orchestrating some things. I cannot wait to see possibly a bit more of that. We did see those anti-mutant signs in the trailer, so I would imagine the Friends of Humanity are going to be back. I don't know if we'll be seeing Graydon Creed Jr. in this show. I think Sabretooth possibly unalived him, so I don't know. Maybe Daddy's boy got away from him. I don't really know. I am very excited, though, to see what we're going to be getting in season 1. I'm going in letting the writers tell their story. I know what I would like to see. but this is not my story to tell. And I'm going to, kind of let them do their thing. I cannot wait to see this thing. I like that we're getting the 90s theme song. That was very prevalent throughout the trailer. I love how the trailer began with the TV turning on, and you got who really sounds a lot like Harry Shearer to me anyway, doing the announcing for, the X-Men series finale. And I love how the sound quality at the beginning of the trailer, it sounds like you're watching an old VHS tape. It's got that kind of a muffled quality to it as Xavier's saying his goodbyes. And then when Jean is talking about, fate lying in their hands now, as she says that, then the sound becomes more crisp and we are, thrown forward into the now. And I really like that part of the trailer quite a bit as we get to see all of the X-Men in shadow. I'm glad that we're going to be seeing more of the Sentinels. I wonder if they'll be doing Bastion at some point in this incarnation of X-Men. I only know him from X-Men The Next Dimension, which was one of my favorite fighting games of all time. Just very amazing interactable environments in that game, but I know him from that. I know he plays a big role in the comics, so maybe we'll be seeing a bit of him in this incarnation of X-Men. And if it does well, which I'm very much hoping it does, I eventually hope to see possibly more of the 90s Spider-Man series. I would say that's probably a tall order, but if Christopher Daniel Barnes wants to come back and do it, I would watch more of that because we got some great crossovers in that. I think that would be a very great lead into the Spider-Man show if they wanted to do a couple more seasons of the 90s Spider-Man, because that guy's got to, he's got to find Mary Jane at some point. I would really like to see that. There's also something that they mentioned in the big Secret Wars 3-parter, where I think the folks that fought in the Secret War were sent back to Earth with no memory of that. And I'm wondering if at some point Storm might start to have flashes of what happened during the Secret War, which could, per se lead into Spider-Man showing back up. I don't know. But it's something I would love to see, this possibly leading into more Spider-Man, or at least, seeing him show up on the show at some point, since he does know the X-Men in this incarnation. The movies are great. I loved going to see quite a few of the X-Men movies in theaters. It's a 2-hour roller coaster ride, and, there's nothing like Ian McKellen as Magneto and Patrick Stewart as Professor X. This is where my mind always goes, though, when I think of the X-Men. Watching episodes of this always made me feel like it was comic book day. Like you were going into the comic book store, you read an issue, and then you had to wait a week to find out the next twist of the snake, as Stephen King would say. So I hope that the show is doled out to us one a week. So we'll have a bit of time to really delve into each episode and treat it like a comic book. You're not going to be able to binge watch this thing. You're not going to be able to gulp down this thing in huge chunks. So hopefully they'll do it that way. I don't know. We might actually be getting a big episode dump. I don't know. Hopefully it'll be week to week. Man, they're going to be Bad Batch. There's going to be X-Men in March. Invincible Season 2 Part 2 is going to be coming on Amazon Prime. There's going to be quite a lot of stuff to sink our teeth into in March. Those of you who watch The Bad Batch and Invincible Season 2. Anyway, I guess that'll do for this video. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. It's just a fantastic trailer, and I'm looking forward to the future when it comes to Marvel animation. Till next time, guys.